Okay, hi everybody. I'm back with part 2 of my introduction. And see, I left off when I was 17 years old and I had left my parents' house and I had to go stay with my mom. Well, stay with my mom. She's really into arts and crafts and stuff, and she had made a whole bunch of things from my room when I was little. So when I got to the new house, I walked in and she had a daughter from her new husband's marriage. And I walked into the room and she had all my stuff in this little girl's room. So that made me feel really awkward, like I had been replaced. And my stepdad told me when I first moved in, he was like, whatever you do outside the house, that's fine, but don't bring it inside the house. So I said, okay, no problem. So anyway, I started working 2 jobs. I started hanging around with the wrong group of people. A girlfriend I had was doing coke, and she was dating this other guy. And anyway, they got in a fight one night, so this guy decided to call my mom, tell my mom everything I was doing. So then eventually I had to go back to my dad's house. So I went back to my dad's house until I was 17. And then, I was 18 at the time. And then my dad said, I had to move out on my 18th birthday. So, needless to say, I didn't finish school. I didn't get my GED. No, at that point, I did finally get my GED. I didn't have any direction, didn't know what I was going to do. I was working at Wendy's full time. I had, the new car I got from my mom, or the old car I got from my mom, I got in a wreck with that, with, this crazy guy who got drunk and hit me head on purpose. So it was only 20 miles an hour, but definitely folded my car up like it was an accordion. So anyway, my dad had got me another car, so I was making car payments, and I was 17, and this was back in like 1991, and I had to move out. So I knew some friends that were staying out in the city outside of Tampa, and they told me to come live with them. So I stayed with them for a couple weeks, and then the guy owning the place had a little travel trailer. It was like 15 feet long, and he said, he'd rent that out to me, and I could rake the property, like leaves and stuff. So I used to go to work, and then I'd come home, and then I would sit out there for like an hour or two raking. He had like a whole baseball field, so I was out there raking leaves. Then he's like, one week he was like, okay, you can wash and wax my Winnebago. So it was hard. So anyway, while I was out there, I met some other people, and I got involved in a relationship, and this guy, he was going to Job Corps. I don't know if any of you ever heard of it, but it's like a trade school. The range of age is from 16 to 24 years old where you can join. And when you go up there, you learn a trade. They pay you while you're there, not much, like $15 or $20 a week. They give you school clothing allotment where you can get clothes and keep a roof over your head and stuff like that. So I went up there with him. Well, after 6 months, he left. Because you can get your trade or skill or whatever in 6 months. So he left, and while I was up there, like 2 weeks after I got up there, my father passed away. And the last conversation with me and my dad wasn't very good, because the car he had gotten me that I had car payments on, he co-signed. And when I left and went up to Job Corps, I left the car with some of my friends, and they were going to take over payments, and they didn't, and they threw the transmission out and this and that. So my dad called me, and we were arguing over the phone. He was pissed, and I didn't know what to say or what to do. I was in another state somewhere. So needless to say, it wasn't a good conversation. So that was really hard on me. Because I love my dad a lot. I stayed with him since my parents got divorced, and he's the only one that ever gave me any guidance. So, okay, so back to the boyfriend leaving, and then, so after he left, I still stayed in Job Corps, and then I met this other guy. And so me and him were really good friends for a while, for about 6 months. And then one night, it just clicked on us. Just dawned. It was like, hey, we should get in a relationship. So we did. And probably about 8 months after we were in a relationship, he was graduating. So I wanted to go with him, because I didn't have any guidance in my life. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was taking culinary arts skill up there. And the only reason why I took that is, like I said before, my parents owned a restaurant. So I was familiar with cooking and stuff like that. So I was like, well, this is easy. I wasn't really thinking about my future. So we left, and he's like, let's go back to my hometown. I wanted to come back to Tampa. He's like, let's go back to my hometown. His hometown's in Florida, too. And I swear to God, like, the whole town's 2 miles long. That's it. There's nothing there. There's no growth. Nothing. So we go down there, and I take a certified nursing class, and he did too. So we got a job in the nursing home. And he had been on probation for carrying a concealed weapon. And so he had already had problems. Of course, I wasn't thinking about it. So I told him, I was like, let's go to Tampa. We can make more money. When we went to his hometown, like, he said he had an apartment waiting for us and everything, and I got there and he didn't. It wasn't confirmed. Nothing was signed. He's like, oh, I bought dishes and cups and stuff like that. And I come back and he's got like 4 glasses for $1 and like some plastic forks and knives and paper plates. I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, I was like, this is not prepared, to move into an apartment and stuff. So anyway, I told myself, let's go to Tampa. There's more money in Tampa. There's more opportunities in Tampa. My friends are in Tampa. So he thought about his probation. He's like, well, okay. He said, we'll go to Tampa and we'll drive back and forth to where he lives to go to his probation. So we moved over here. Well, we decided to come over here one weekend, and I got sick. I found out I had asthma, and yeah, I smoke. I know, I'm a dumbass. But anyway, I don't want to hear it. So I had asthma, so I was in the hospital for a week, and we had some money. We got a loan from a bank, and so he just decided to pack everything up and bring everything over here to Tampa. And I had some friends that said we could stay with them temporarily, but it wasn't really planned out at all, and that's not what I wanted to do. I was in the hospital for a week, and I'm like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm packing everything up. I'm like, what? So anyway, that was that part, and that's coming back to Tampa. Next, I will discuss about the homeless part of my life. 7 years of it. That's going to be probably about 2 or 3 videos, not just one. Long time homeless, lots of experiences. Anyway, it's 5:49 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, Sunday. Don't ask me what I'm doing up. I know everybody sleeps in on the weekends, but I used to be a night person, but the older I've gotten, I'm a day person. I'm morning. It's weird. And, I don't know, just a little up-to-date information. I'm going to school. I'm working on my AA, and I'm interested in psychology. So, there's a lot of pressure on me right now for homework and going to school and working a full-time job and stuff like that. So, anyway, besides that, I'll continue talking about our part where I become homeless and my experiences. Stay tuned. Till next time.